Council representing the Permanent Secretary, Mrs. Dorcas Okalani, who's out of the country on official duty. The open day in Mbale today is a day where we have opened up to show the public, owners of land, owners of unregistered land, what they have to do to register the land and the services they have to access from this office, Mbale, which serves the whole of Bugisu and Sebei regions. We have given these people the procedures for registering land. We have also talked about the other services that are category of surveys and mapping, valuation, land administration, even housing, because the ministry itself has prototype plans that it distributes to people who want to build houses free of charge. So you don't have now to go through the process of asking an architect. You can cut that cost by 12 million. All that information, all that knowledge, all those documents are here at this land office. So we are here to meet the public, to listen to us, and also to listen to them, to give us feedback, what is happening. And indeed, we have received very good feedback in terms of service delivery and where we need to improve and make services more efficient and effective. What has stood out is that most of the people in the communities do not know the fees, the documents that are required, the transactions that can be carried out on any title, to the extent that when somebody has his land encumbered and doesn't know what to do, the solution is to walk to this zonal office and put those questions to the technical staff and receive answers. We have also promised ourselves that we shall continue and finish all the commitments that the NRM government promised itself within this region, including beginning the demarcation of land in Namisindwa. So by December, we hope the titles will be out. So we have so many things that we have given people to reassure them that government is here to protect their land and not to grab their land, but to support them, issue them with legal documentation, and make sure that whatever is theirs belongs to theirs and is handed over to whoever they want to hand it over in terms of succession, rightfully. Abagamba nti eri abafuna ebyapa mu ntobazi, abafuna ebyapa mu makubo ne basiba n'amakubo, n'abafuna ebyapa mu bifo bitali ebitakkirizibwa. Kino nga nsinzira ku representation PS gyampadde, ndagidde office eno etunule mu bintu ebyo byonna era basazemu ebyo ebyapa ebiri mu road reserves n'ebiri mu nguudo, nga physical planning ekolera wamu ne land registration. Waliwo omutenda gwe balina okuyitamu okusazamu ebyo ebyapa, bakole public hearings, zikolebwe, buli omu awutuulire enjuyi zonna. Ebyapa byokka bye tutasobola kusaza byebyo nga bina license okuva mu NEMA, naye ebisigaddewo bw'obanga wafuna mu bukyamu kyo kinakusazibwamu. Persons who have titled land in reserves, wetlands, roads, road reserves, and with these, the cases that have been brought out to us, I, on behalf of, as PS, have given an instruction to the physical planner, the registrar, to begin the process of cancelling titles that are in access roads, titles that are in gazetted areas, unless one has documentation or a license from NEMA. Not registered your land, then government doesn't know you, the ministry doesn't know you, the zonal office doesn't know you, and even God does not know you. So, registration is a process which begins by you, the owner of the land, filling in forms, telling government that you have land in such and such a place. You want to have it registered. The land is inspected by the area land committee of the sub-county, who then recommend to the district land board or city land board. Once that is done and approval is given, there are certain fees that you pay. Government has come in to subsidize the process for the wananchi. If you are a freehold, you pay only 85,000. If you have a certificate of customer ownership, you pay only 10,000. If you are doing it on your own, you have to pay between 8 million and 12 million. Otherwise, the rest of those costs for those that are being done for by government are met by government. That is how government has come in to make sure that people secure their land rights and have them recorded, so that even in the future, 100 years from now, we have a record that will be relied on that so and so was the owner of that land.
Okay.
People talking about corruption and bribery. But The people who walk into this office are the ones who bring that money. We have discouraged people from coming into this office. Ministry of Land Zonal Office have a zero tolerance to corruption. We encourage those who are doing it to be reported. There is a whole complaints management system and a disciplinary committee at the zonal office and at the ministry where such reports can be made so that action is taken. We have a client charter. It is important for those other than pay money follow the client charter, the days in it. There is even an access to information manual which gives the procedures. These are the two documents that we should be using to fight corruption in the public so that we can kill it and people benefit from services efficiently and effectively as provided for by governments.
Because everybody speaks for him or herself, is where, I can't go in details, but where somebody, while you have a piece of land and you are processing a land title, and then somebody who has term techniques, because he's a surveyor or has a surveyor firm, survey is from somewhere, and the LC1 doesn't know, the area land committee doesn't know, and he gets somewhere area land committee from another sub-county. When you reach here, you find somebody has a title. Like in my case, somebody discovered that I've known. He came to me and said, I'm sorry, but he has not helped me to leave my land. Now when I complained to the registrar, he called us here. But unfortunately, he did not turn up. Second time, he didn't. The third time, the registrar was so kind and said, Reverend, we must get this man before we make any decision. And I gave him his number. He called him and said, I'm sick, I'm in bed. Could we have another date? From the year 2023, July 19th, he has not turned up. But he gave us a day where the registrar accepted that now, let us wait for him. That day, he did not turn up. He said 3 lawyers. When the registrar said, you can write a defense and bring, they disappeared, they never came back. And we have followed these things until toward the end of last year is when we had our coming here, he has not come. Now, what can the permanent secretary help us? Because some of us know, when I go to court, it will take me 20 years. And 20 years, surely, I have evidence of some cases. Because I'm concerned where the institution I lead, we have cases we have been in court for over 20 years. And for me, 20 years, I must say I'm 70. I don't know whether I'll reach 90. Will now my children know the details to fight for this land? Please, can the ministry, with your section 91, which you have in your laws, can you make a decision that this man will feel pain and come so that we access our land? Because while I was complaining, others many came, about 8 people, having the same complaint. And they are on the desk of the registrar. And I don't know what the registrar now can do, because he has not called us back and has not made a decision. Maybe you being here, you can pronounce yourself, because you are now our savior, you have come. Thank you, that is my complaint.
Titles. Now, today, we are short of land, and many people are thinking about condominium property developments. In your submission, you didn't mention anything about the titling of condominium properties. Thank you.
I have a challenge since 2012, and as the Reverend was saying, to go to court takes many years. Okay, fiscal plan said it is not good, and it is a law not to put anything on access road. Yet in senior quarters, our land on access road was given a plot as a plot and given a number. And this number which was given, it has 2 plots, and one of officers say that you cannot issue two numbers in one plot, and it has been done in senior quarters. Yes, sir. I want to tell you that I have got someone now to whom I have to sue in court because I have been blind, but today I have seen. One of them is the fiscal planner who knows exactly what's supposed to be done and is not doing what's right. According to the Bible, James chapter 4 verse 14, if you know what to do and they are not doing it, it's a sin. And the Bible says, any sinner must die. To court, I know today I have to take him to court. I have tried my level best to make sure that they take fiscal planners. I thank God for RCC. Right now, I went to her and sent back to me too. Yes, they are the same people who are doing the same thing, and they are the same people that are daring to do the same thing. So it is hard for them since 2012.
For titles ever since that project started, and it's very frustrating. The whole process is just rotating like this. Can you please help us to get these land titles? Only a handful, like about 30 or so, are the only ones who got titles, and the methods they used, I don't want to talk. 2, I have like 5 pieces of land in Bufumbo. Would love to survey them. Can you make it simpler for us in the way forward? Thank you very much.
Because I have land. My plot number is 4169, control number 0006355. That's why I'm here. I'm not here as a gate crusher. But the problems which I've had, which I'm seeing in Mbale, are originating from the land grabbers. We have cases like in the bus park, flex park. These lands were fraudulently grabbed during Christmas days. They bring in soldiers, policemen who are heavily armed. They start building houses. On the other side of Uhuru Park, the same thing happened during Christmas days. There is also our only lorry park, where lorries, trailers, pickups are supposed to park. It was also grabbed during Christmas days under heavy deployment of police and the army. Now, have these people been issued with certificates or titles? If they were issued, who issued them? This is the question now. Now, from today, when I first came here in 2017, this office was not accessible. It looked like maybe a military barracks where you could not even enter there. But now you can access that office, you can access the surveyor, you can access the registrar, you can access any office there. They can even guide you now. I think that is a great achievement to the people of Mbale. I think transfers are very healthy. There are people who have overstayed here. I'm only requesting the ministry peacefully or kindly transfer them. I will not talk what they have been doing. Please, if someone overstays in a station for more than 5 years, he becomes a problem to the community. So kindly, I'm only requesting the PS to do the needful. Otherwise, our registrar, our surveyor, and this new staff have not had any issue with them. The problem which you have had, have just only forwarded from maybe from 1995, 19 what. So these people only inherited problems which they are trying to solve. So for me, with those few
masokekali mukoti singendo yomuno wali registering oba wali funire title ngese nakhumanya amate kumusango kuli mukoti ina imitwe nenyala yanjeta shishisembeyo mukandikhile khunamba ye kamaso batabuli liso lyakhahuba ni namba ari kamaso kesimba ni nako kano kozina yadikhebeke mushale eyo nako kabokho ni tsinamba lyakhana lyaba ni namba lye mushalo namwe ke mutawuni konyene kaba ni namba.
But we'd like to see them, we'd like to understand them, because we will be affected. We might be affected by those plans. Number two is, I think I'll address this to Mr. Chibande, because he mentioned that there are quasi-judicial functions that they exercise. So we own some land, somewhere in Mbale, and we did a search not so long ago, and we discovered that there's a court order on that land. A court order that arose from a process we were not familiar with. When we instructed our lawyers to do a search and just find out what's going on, we found out that it was put there on the strength, it was a restraining order that appears to have been issued under the civil procedure rules. So when we engaged our lawyers, we discovered that those orders only run for 3 days. They cannot be extended, and there are procedural steps that need to be followed in order for those orders to be implemented. The order was lodged there sometime in November last year, but according to the laws that we had a look at, the lawyers we consulted, the order should have expired after 3 days and never supposed to have been extended. So again, just maybe to understand from your side, is this something that can, how to be supported? And someone created a freehold title. It is dated 30th of February 2021. We were never involved in the process. We've never been consulted. We did a search which took 8 months to conclude. And after a lot of back and forth, the feedback we got was there is a freehold title that was carved out of our leasehold title without our involvement or participation. At the area land schedule stage, the area committee stage, we were never notified, at the district level, whatever, we were not involved at all. When the search results came out, we still had the same plot number, but the size had reduced to reflect this freehold title that had been created. We still do not know what exactly happened, but what we know is we had a title that was a certain size, and it's been reduced by almost 30% of its size, maybe even more than that. There were people on the land, and they claimed that they had been given that land by certain officials. The information we also got on the ground, yet to be verified, is that another title, a leasehold title, is being created from our title. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a factor of we are not residents in the general area, or it is a factor of ours belongs to the company, and the company is as if faceless because it is not people who you can see, like there's a reverend and a bishop somewhere. I don't know what it is a factor of. Maybe because we are not locals.
This land belongs to Mbale District Local Government. So that belt, I'm told it is a malaria control something behind a bar called the Oak. It is an open place. So NEMA previously had restored it. Then in 2019-2020, they processed the title for some gentleman, the same NEMA. Now this gentleman has a title, he has clearance, he has a certificate from NEMA, he has powered materials on that land he wants to construct. Yesterday I received a communication from the Ministry of Water, stopping him, I think under Wetland Department, stopping him from further development and whatever. My worry is the government is likely to incur a cost if this gentleman goes to court. Why is it that the entities of government at times want to take us into issues of losses? Now, people are saying RCC is sitting down, she's not enforcing. When NEMA has issued a certificate, has issued a no objection to him to go ahead to construct. This gentleman came to my office today and told me that I'm going to sue Ministry of Water for stopping me over matters of constructing, yet NEMA had given me a certificate. That is the scenario sometimes you people put us in. Now, we have a directive from the President to stop issues of construction in wetlands, but at the same place, the institutions of government are issuing individuals with titles and no objection letters to go ahead to construct. So that's the scenario I have in Mbale, and I think sooner or later, you are going to receive an invitation to sue, or the ministry is going to be sued, because this gentleman has a certificate from NEMA. Even my officers of police, the environmental officers, they are stuck, their hands are tied. They cannot go to enforce, or when they go, they will liably be sued as individuals. That is the scenario you have here. It's a difficult scenario, and you have rightly said that Mbale City is a difficult place. So with such things, I want to ask that these offices save government, save us as lower offices from intermingling in such things. Where they have already restored, then you go ahead and issue a certificate for someone to construct. Then secondly, and most times we get complaints, we don't get him around. I want to request him to give Mbale or this zone the days which he sits in office. Most times these offices are not having staff. I don't know where they are usually. People come here, they end up in our offices complaining. So the registrar should tell us when he is in Soroti and when he is maybe in Moroto or where. Then we know that such a day, the registrar is in Mbale, handling matters of what? Of Mbale. Thank you so much.
Offices in writing, like you communicate to us at headquarters that on these days, this staff shall be in other stations in Soroti, because they have to handle Soroti and where? And the Moroto. So that at least when people come, even new people, when you come with documents, you're supposed to leave your documents behind. Why do you want to see the registrar? This is where these other issues of unofficial fees also sometimes start. You see, come, leave your document, go with your acknowledgement. It clearly says if it is a transfer, 10 working days. Come back after the 10 working days. If your document is not done, then you begin the process of complaining. If you find it done, sign for it and walk and go. You know, that's what we want to have in these offices. We don't want you people interfacing with these people unless you have been summoned. Okay? So let us utilize the timelines in the charter, the ministry charter, the EMSO charter. Bring your documents, go back with your documents stamped and go. It's 2023. And you're asking, PS, what can I do? I want to instruct the Register of Titles to hold a public hearing and conclude this matter. Really, we shouldn't be having matters taking place all these years. No, let us conclude, we finish our part. Whoever is not happy, they'll move and appeal, either in court or where. But for us, let's do our part. Let's conclude the thing before the end of this financial year, June 2025. Now, there was the procedure. Even this one, we shall not answer it here, but I will instruct the person when he's in Kampala to pick the procedures, the materials for procedures for the condominiums, and come and have them here, so that you can actually access this information surveyor to begin the process of cancelling whatever titles are in the access roads. Really, we shouldn't be having our system is supposed to help us. We shouldn't be having titles and access roads. But I also know Mbale is a very difficult district or city. You see where the clock tower is, and you see that building which is empty. I've seen they are now adding another floor. That place it had been physically planned to be an open green space. Many things took place. They first built the first floor. It was supposed to be broken. But now, I don't know what's happening. Now it is moving to 4, 5 floors. So there is something that we are not doing with complying with physical planning. And it is going to come back to us. And we shall regret. There are so many. Mbale has so many. I have a list of about 18. From way back 2012. There was even where there was a school, it just came and passed in the middle of the road and blocked the road. Many, I have so many, we recommended PS roads at that time. But up to date, really. So, where is the problem? Is it you people who are corrupt, putting in money? What is it? Why can't we conform and comply with physical planning? These things are going to come back to hit us. And you won't be blaming us because for us we have documented these things. They are documented. So, where we can cancel, I think let us cancel these access roads really. If it is on the system and the system is saying it's an access road, let us remove these titles for sure. This doesn't need to wait for the president. Not even for the minister. Not even for the PS. Really. You people, you have the powers. The law is there. It properly gives you the mandate to do these things. Let us do what we can do. Otherwise, they will continue praying for us to die. What we do is we have given them, actually we have asked them to give the days, as you say, when they will be in this station. And I thought you had done this because I have actually seen. No, you won't answer it, so it's okay, you're protected.
I thank all of you for attending this baraza. I've taken note that people have concerns of land and they really need information. Mr. PS, thank you for organizing this baraza. But my observation again is that the turn-up has not been so much. I think next time we should change the venue, because most of these land matters are based in the rural setting down there, and probably give it the enough publicity that it deserves, such that people come for awareness. Information is power. We have learned, and I want to request the public that has come to now know where to place your issues, because every department has talked about what they do. Bugisu as a whole, and Mbale not exceptional, we have a number of land issues. And once we come on ground like this, we feel that our people are sensitized, and probably we can iron out some of these issues. There are some matters which are for clan. You will find them in Emzo. Some issues are for LC1. You find them at RCC's place. There are issues of boundaries, just boundaries, which can be handled at that lower level. But someone runs up to Kampala. So when you come like this, it means our people are equipped with knowledge and know where and how to approach offices when they are faced with such issues. And such meetings or barazas are good for us to share information, for people to pour out their hearts, to tell you what they feel about the offices of Emzo here. The other observation I have made since I came to Mbale City is that the reason I asked when the registrar comes here or when he's available here is because some people use it as a loophole. Those who are friends to him, or those who know that he's probably likely to come on Friday or Saturday, or Thursday, they use that as an opportunity to con our people. And in the long run, the process of getting a land title from this office becomes very expensive. Maybe the registrar doesn't know what happens, or he knows, I don't know. But there are some people in there, I would call them brokers, who move around. They know when he's around, when he's in Soroti, when he's in Moroto. Then they say, yes, we have talked to him, he's coming such a day. So once the public is aware that on Wednesday is when the registrar is always available, they really don't need a person in between there. So such information is important, because the outcry outside there about how expensive it is to secure a title is overwhelming. But most of these people do this work without probably the knowledge of the officers here. So I want to ask the general public to always seek when, I think we can, because he has now not told us, I think we can seek for his contact, such that you get to know when he's coming or when he's not coming. Or if he doesn't pick, you send a message and he replies, because he's overwhelmed with work. What is important is to know when he's coming and when to address matters to him. To refresh, to restrain from doing such things, such that our population down there does not suffer the consequence of fraudulent people. I thank you once again for